You know, back in 2010, there was this one TV special, The Decision, and it didn't just announce where a player was going, it basically broke the NBA in half. That single moment kicked off the whole super team era, it shifted the league's balance of power, and it changed basketball culture forever. So today, we're going to dive into one of the biggest what-ifs in all of sports.
What if LeBron James had looked into that camera and announced he was staying home? How would his career, his legacy, and heck, the entire league be different? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
So to even wrap our heads around this alternate reality, we have to go back to the beginning. Before 2010, LeBron was already this absolute phenomenon in Cleveland, right? He was the singular talent basically carrying an entire franchise on his back.
I mean, just getting to the NBA Finals in 2007 was unbelievable, but it also put this giant spotlight on the team's #1 problem. LeBron was completely on an island. The supporting cast, you had solid guys like Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Mo Williams, but they just weren't at a championship level. He was doing literally everything, and it still wasn't enough.
Okay, so he stays. He signs that new contract. What happens next? Well, his path forward becomes this endless struggle in Cleveland. He's committed, for sure, but the road to a championship, it just got 1,000 times harder.
Let's be real. The Eastern Conference back then was a total gauntlet. The Celtics Big Three, that was a brick wall. You had a young MVP-level Derrick Rose just exploding in Chicago, and a super dominant Dwight Howard anchoring the Orlando Magic. LeBron would have had to run through those guys year after year with a team that just couldn't hang.
But this is bigger than just LeBron's career, right? If the decision never happens, you get an NBA without super teams, and that completely changes how teams are built across the entire league.
That Miami Heat team with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh wasn't just great. It was the blueprint. It kicked off the super team era by making it normal, even expected, for top guys to join forces in their prime. Without that move, the whole idea of player-driven teams might have been pushed back for years.
And you've got to understand, this was a massive power shift. For decades, the franchises were king. They held all the cards. But LeBron's move was a huge part of this player empowerment movement. If he had stayed put, the front offices probably would have held on to that control for a whole lot longer.
All right, so this leads us to the biggest question of all, the one everybody loves to debate, the championship question. If he stays in Cleveland, how many rings does LeBron actually win?
You're really looking at two totally different paths here. In one world, he's kind of a tragic hero, this all-time talent like Allen Iverson or Charles Barkley, who just never gets the team's success to match. But in the other world, just imagine he finally breaks through after a decade of grinding. That one single ring for Cleveland, it might be seen as a bigger accomplishment than the 4 he has now. The ultimate story of loyalty paying off.
And that's what it all comes down to, right? This massive trade-off that defines his entire legacy. Loyalty versus rings. How would we remember him?
In our reality, LeBron's a 4-time champ, but the how he did it is always part of the argument. In this alternate world, he's celebrated for his loyalty, kind of like Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. His legacy isn't about the number of rings, it's about the struggle for one. The whole debate shifts from how he won to, man, why didn't he win more? And the crazy thing is, this isn't just a LeBron story. The impact of this one choice goes so far beyond just one guy. If LeBron stays, we're looking at a completely different NBA, where the entire 2010s are just shaped by this huge ripple effect.
Just think about the dominoes that fall here. It's insane. The Miami Heat dynasty never happens. Dwayne Wade's career path looks totally different. Chris Bosh might be remembered as a Toronto Raptors legend instead of a 2-time champ. The whole player empowerment movement gets stalled. It's a chain reaction that just changes countless careers.
So at the end of the day, this isn't just some fun what if about one player. It's a scenario that completely rewrites an entire chapter of basketball history. The teams that won, the players who became legends, the very way the league works, all of it would be different.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question to chew on. Is it better to be remembered as the loyal hero who fought an impossible battle for one team, or the champion who did whatever it took to win no matter where? Which legacy is truly greater?